Hey guys, it's AEW and WWE superstar Paige here, and oh my god, not you two.
You're coming with us, Paige.
With all due respect, Undertaker, I'm not.
Say hello to my big brother, Roy Knight!
Hola amigos, it's Will here from Will's Custom Figures, coming at you today with a big bad breakdown of none other than UK wrestling legend Roy Knight. So please guys, sit back and relax while I talk you through how and why I made this awesome custom figure and all the little details in between. And here we go guys, Roy Knight aka Roy Bevis. He is an English professional wrestler. For anybody that doesn't know, he's basically from the royal family of UK wrestling. He specifically wrestles in the WAW, World Association of Wrestling Promotion, where him and his family are really, really well known, and they've been in the UK independent wrestling scene for absolutely decades now. He is indeed the older brother of WWE's Paige, aka AEW's Saraya. And here they are together, guys. Paige with her older brother, Roy Knight, looking absolutely badass. It's such an honour to get to work on, of course, Roy Knight. And this is actually from my son's wrestling figure collection. He's got, you know, all the classics, your Trish Stratus, your Litas, and of course, you've got to have Paige. If you're from the UK and you're a wrestling fan, man, that girl has trailblazed all over the world. And speaking of trailblaze, a little bit about Roy Knight. So, for anybody that doesn't know, Fighting With My Family, that is an absolutely brilliant film. Check it out. It's featuring the life and times of this family. Roy Knight is the son of legendary pro wrestling father, Ricky Knight. In addition to that, his mum was Sweet Saraya. In addition to that, he's had tag team success with his brother, Zach Zodiac, and he's also wrestled all across the UK in All-Star, in WAW, as I earlier mentioned, and IPW UK. This family really has paved the way for all UK prospects and for anybody that really wants to start out and still, to this day, active across the professional wrestling scene. I was asked by a good friend of mine, Isaac Gibbs, aka the Gypsy Kid, to work on this as a gift for his good personal friend. And man, it is an absolute honour for me to get to work on this custom action figure of Roy Knight, and all members of the Knight family absolutely deserve to be immortalised in action figure form. And here's a nice little comparison next to WWE Jax, William Regal, and again his sister Paige. Man, William Regal is one of my all-time favourite wrestlers. Also, my mum's favourite wrestler. Back in the 90s and the 2000s, across WCW and WWE, William Regal had such comedic genius. Also tatted up, here you have CM Punk as well as AEW's Darby Allin. Of course, I thought it'd be nice to bring these two in because they've got a lot of ink work also, like Roy, and really, really happy with how they look against him. And here we have some Attitude Era legends, none of that than Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jeff Hardy. And here's Roy taking on the legendary John Cena. And here's Roy next to Road Warrior, aka Legion of Doom Animal. Now you might be asking why I've put these together. The reason is the first ever wrestling show dates back probably to about the year 2000, 2001, 2002. I saw Roy Knight's father, the legendary father, Ricky Knight, in his gimmick at the time, at Bedworth Civic Hall. Ricky Knight was there with the big shoulder pads and all the red gear and the face paints and everything else. And because of that, I followed wrestling as much as I possibly could. My first wrestling show was one of the all-time favourites, and I've still got the VHS of it. And here we go. Let's get up close and personal. How about a nice little school photo? I'm going to talk you through how I actually made this guy now. Now, I was sent some really, really awesome up-close pictures by Isaac Gibbs, by the Gypsy Kid, tattoos from all different angles, and I've worked so hard on this. Now, the head sculpt, I made this with clay, and then I actually made a silicone mold and then resin cast of it. In every single tattoo, you can see from all these ones on the back with the dates, these hands praying, just on his back underneath the right armpit. He's got all of these really, really cool looking tattoos. Obviously, beautiful flag there representing Hooligan on the back. Really, really like that. And I've hand painted all of this, guys, using Citadel paints, Kislev Flesh, and then a bunch of different Vallejo paints. And look at that on the stomach. Never give up. Come on. What a great tattoo. Loving all these names and motifs and different tattoos and the meanings behind them. I'm sure, you know, there's a padlock with a heart, some wings, some really, really awesome looking ink work all over the chest. I've spent hours and hours looking at pictures. You've got clocks. It says Ricky on the inside of the arm there. You've got an 8-ball there. You've got a bunch of different cards, dollar signs, dice. Really, really cool. Love this. On the shoulder with all the flames. And very, very bright tattoos as well. You know, a lot of tattoos can be quite boring. Now, I'm going to show you the combination I've used to paint these. Love this as well. Norwich on the leg. Bit of old Rocky Balboa on the ankle there. Well, on the calf. He's got his Nike socks on as well. Now, I actually used an Antonio Cesaro body for this because he has the shorter boots. I've then cut down the legs to make sure he's height appropriate. I've added on just some random knee pads here that I had in my fodder drawer. Really, really happy with that. Now, in addition to that, all of the little highlights and things that you can see, I have actually done a bit of dry brushing over the abs, over the face. I've used a bunch of different colours just to try and bring out things like the lips, like the details in the eyes. Let's get real close here. Whee! And I've done a nice little fade there using browns. I think it's Beastie Brown. Bunch of different tones there. Now, I've used this black here by Vallejo. Awesome, awesome looking black. Use that for all the nice little details, the eyelashes and so forth. This is actually bloody red. I've used this. And then this one, blue-green. I use these, I always mix these together. Every tattoo you can see on there, apart from the obvious ones like green and yellow, have been done just mixing these two together. And it really, really does. That's like the formula I would highly recommend when doing tattoos. The eyes and the lips have been varnished, glossed a little bit just to make them stand out and look a little bit more real. And the good thing about using a silicone mold and then resin cast in the head is, as you can see, the head fully articulates. You can see it wears a little bit, so I'll touch it up before I actually post it out. But with any custom figure, it's going to wear and tear. But how cool does that look? Really, just this figure, for me, having like the RK on here, was just so important to get perfect. And I really, really, really couldn't have put in any more effort and be so proud of the final result. And here we go, guys, my final reflections as I bring this video to a close. To work on a birthday present for any person comes with its own amount of pressure and responsibility to get it right. However, to work on something where you're working on a family of 3 generations of pro wrestling comes with another level of pressure. Also getting to work on this for my good friend, the Gypsy Kid, Isaac Gibbs, who I've made so many commissions of over the years, has been an absolute treat, an absolute pleasure and an honour for me. Now, Roy Knight, in Reflections, he's an RPW Tag Team Champion. He's been Tag Team Champions with not only his dad, with his brother, and with his son, Ricky Knight Jr. This guy has paved the way for pro wrestling in the UK and an 8-time WAW champion, as well as going for his 9th world title on the 29th of Feb. This is something that is really, really close to home as somebody that spent a little bit of time doing a bit of pro wrestling earlier in my life. Now, how would I rate this figure? For me personally, guys, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. The amount of time and effort that you can hopefully feel and appreciate and see that has gone into working on this has been absolutely relentless. I've spent multiple evenings and date nights and weekends and family time just quickly running away and adding final finishing touches to this figure. I could not be more happy with how it has turned out. What is next for the channel? Well, guys, I'm going to be working on a lot more wrestling content. Hopefully, it would be great to work on some more members of the Knight family who haven't yet had their very own action figure made for them. But in addition, I'll be doing my normal, guys. I'll be working on everything from Marvel, DC, retro WWE, WWF figures. I'll be working on Mortal Kombat stuff and everything else in between. Guys, I cannot wait to get this video review put out. I can't wait for Roy to get this on his birthday. And thanks again to my friend Isaac for commissioning me this project to work on. Guys, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this video. Please follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me here on YouTube. If you've been watching for all this time, thank you. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Adios.